Thank you for tuning in to part 2 of my life. Hey everybody, my name is Maria Robinson, and this is a story on my weight loss journey. Just to give you a little background about myself, I am 43 years old, and I've been struggling with weight for the past 19 years. That sounds like a long time, but yeah, 19 years. At my heaviest, I was 309 pounds, and that's when I decided enough was enough. I'm gonna try to do something else. I went ahead and started researching some more diets. Maybe I can change my diet. I went ahead and my husband met someone online. He's been a great support to us, Javon. He's the one that introduced me to my vegan meal prep and everything, and he was just absolutely amazing. I thank him from the bottom of our hearts. He was just amazing. So yeah, we decided to do that. We went ahead and got one of those one of those I don't know what you call them, like system flushes. Is one of those things that's supposed to cleanse you from the inside out and everything else. And during those 30 days that you do the cleanse, you're not supposed to eat any meat at all. Anytime you do a cleanse of that nature, you're not supposed to consume any animal products at all. It's all supposed to be clean, whole foods. So if you're wondering why your cleanse is not working, it's mainly because you're consuming animal products. I didn't know this at first. I learned this later on. The first time we did it, everything was great. Everything moved along, fine. We were doing perfect. My husband lost a ton of weight. I lost 7. Yeah, 7 on a cleanse. Like, that's it. And then I gained 10 additional pounds on top of that after the cleanse. It was horrible. So I was like, okay, well, let me just change and get rid of all this stuff. Let me go on a clean whole food diet. No animal products. I did that. And to be honest with you, I felt more energized. I felt better about myself. I was more alert, and I liked it. So I decided to do I think it was vegan January or whatever that thing is that people do every year. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, let me try this. I'm already doing this. Let me try this. So that's when we reached out to Javon, and my husband was like, well, I was doing weightlifting, and I started to do weightlifting to build muscle so I can get rid of more fat, supposedly, and I went completely vegan. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I loved the way it made me feel. I loved the energy it gave me. I just loved it. It was an amazing change. Only problem was, all that weightlifting, all that cardio, all that diet change, and I still was not losing any weight. Like literally 0, zilch, nada, nothing. My husband had lost like 20 some odd pounds. Me, I was stuck on stupid. I don't know what was going on. So I got really frustrated. I cried, I raged, I ranted, and finally, after all that soul searching, that's about 3 years passed by, and that's when I decided to go ahead and make my change and do the bariatric surgery. So here we are. I'm finally decided. I'm doing the surgery. No turning back. My date is set in stone. It was supposed to be for the end of June. So it was supposed to be coming up. But unfortunately, because of COVID and all the people rushing to the hospital to get things done after all the COVID restrictions are lifted, it was unable to be set for the end of June. And my surgery is now August 27th, guys. It is set in stone. It's not moving. It's not budging. That's what it is. August 27th. I was finally able to get a room for August 27th. So it will be done. Now, I will tell you, when I first started this, when I first went to the bariatric center, I decided I wanted to do the bariatric sleeve. they ran some tests because they had some concerns, because I had previously stated that, on occasion, depending on what I eat, I do get heartburn. So they decided to do some kind of swallow test. It was like a 48-hour test that tested everything you ate for 48 hours, and it stayed in your system for a couple of days, and then it was flushed out. Yeah, the swallow test came back and it was absolutely atrocious. I had no idea my heartburn was this bad. None whatsoever. If you asked me, I would have told you, hey, only when I eat beef or raw onions. Honestly, or even if I eat lettuce. That's it. I don't experience heartburn any other time. This test literally showed that my heartburn never, ever, ever went below the line. Like, they said the lowest they want the stomach acid to be at is like a 12 or a 14. Actually, the highest, I'm sorry, it's like a 12 or a 14. Mine was at 46, constant, never stopped. It only rose higher if I ate those foods. So basically, I'm in constant heartburn mode, and I didn't even know. What do you know? So thank God for the test, number one. And number two, now I'm going for the full bypass. So I think it's the Roux-en-Y or whatever it's called. Anyway, I'm going for the full bypass. I'm going for it. At first it was like, are you sure? You had your doubts. I was like, look, I'm going to ask all the questions now, all the reasons why I didn't want to do it, all the reasons, and we're going to solve this right here. If this is the best option for me, this is what we're doing. We're running with it. Full speed ahead. So they answered all my questions. They were amazing. They debunked all the I'm coming from the 80s where, Richard Simmons was doing weight loss surgery for people back then, and most of those people gained all their weight back, and they had to be on medication for the rest of their lives and all kinds of stuff. So I had all these ideas in my head about it that were completely wrong. So if you decide to go this route and you want weight loss surgery, seriously consider all your options. Talk to your doctor. They will answer all your questions. Honestly, this is the best decision I've ever made. I feel amazing. So with that said, I'm gonna tell you guys this. It's expensive. If you have private insurance, it's expensive. Now, the surgery itself costs $17,500. That's here in Charleston, South Carolina. Most of that is hospital stay. The doctor only costs $1,000. That's it. Most of that is hospital stay. And that's not counting the price for the blood tests, the price for the procedures, the x-rays, all that stuff. All that is separate. Out of pocket so far, I've spent a little over $5,000. And that's not even my deductible for the surgery yet. It could be anywhere from $1,000 to $2,500. So just keep that in mind. If you have private insurance, you will need to save up for this. This is not something that you could just make a rash decision on. This will cost you time and money. Also, it's very helpful if you come in on it with a completely different mindset. You will have to change everything you ever knew about yourself. You will have to change the way you eat. You will have to change the way you look at food, the way you chew your food, everything. So just keep that in mind. If you're not willing to do that for yourself, you may want to hold off on it. It's a very big step. It's not something that you do simply because, hey, I just want to lose a few pounds and this will help me get there. No, this truly is a lifestyle change. Coming into it, they do make you change the way you eat, of course. Obviously, there's the burps. So the burps is no bread, no rice, no pasta, no potatoes, no sugar. That's it. Those 5 things. You will not be able to consume those 5 things. And with that alone, most people typically lose weight. That and walking. your goal is to get to 10,000 steps, if you can. The burps was pretty easy for me, surprisingly. I'm Dominican, Puerto Rican, and our entire culture is based on food, meat, and rice. And I could not have it. And sweet potatoes. For some reason, sweet potatoes bothered me like crazy. Like, hold up. You said potatoes. Why do I have to get rid of my sweet potatoes? My sweet potatoes? Oh my God, my sweet potatoes. But yeah, I got rid of all that stuff. Just changed my mentality. It was awesome. No sugary drinks. No sugar. Remember, no sugar. No added sugars. You can have natural sugars. Like you can have an apple. You can have a banana. You can have a mango. You can have those things. But you just cannot have any added sugars, like sodas, no carbonated drinks whatsoever. And the only reason why is because once you get the surgery, there's a reaction that may cause you to not tolerate those carbonated drinks. And the rice and pasta and the potatoes, obviously, is because they are considered very filling, empty calories. They're carbs, and our body usually converts carbs straight to energy and stuff. So like it'll consume that before it'll consume anything else. So once you cut those things out, you usually lose a lot of weight. For regular people, that is true. For myself, not so much. So let me go back and tell you why. So let's rewind. I told you guys that about 18 years ago, I started gaining weight like uncontrollably, and I couldn't stop. I've gone through many doctors. Nobody could figure out what was wrong with me. Everybody said I was making it up. It was all in my head. I was making up symptoms. I needed, to stop, yada, yada, whatever. Nobody believed that this was a true thing that I was going through, or at least they were making me feel like there was something wrong with me for feeling this way. So finally I changed doctors. I was like, this is supposed to be my doctor. I'm not going to allow them to talk to me this way. If you feel that there's something seriously wrong with you, or that there is something that they're missing, you have every right to change your doctor. Don't keep the same doctor, because that could be the difference between your life or death. Your doctor is literally supposed to support you and find out, if you have any concerns, how to solve those concerns. That's what your doctor does. So I changed my doctor. I finally got this other doctor. It was a really young doctor. She was really young. So I was like, okay, let's see what this doctor, I typically go to older doctors because I feel that they've, been in the field longer. They know more. Let me just say, I'm glad that I changed doctors, and I finally decided to get a younger doctor, fresh out of, medical school, I guess. She was very young. She's in her early 30s. So I was just joking one day. Me and my husband comes to all my appointments, by the way. And I was just joking. I was like, you know what, doc? I wasn't even going to mention this, but I'm just tired of it. I've told other doctors before, but they're like, everybody's like, oh, no need to be concerned. That's normal, yada, 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 whatever, right? Hey, doc, you need to do something about this, because, this Sasquatch problem that I have is like, it's getting worse. She looked at me kind of weird. She was like, Sasquatch, what the hell are you talking about? So I was like, I have this hairy chin problem. Like, I'm literally rivaling my husband for a beard here. I have scars down here. I don't know if you guys can see from me plucking my hair. Anyway, so she was like, well, let me see what you're talking about. So I lift my mask up and I show her all the hair that was growing in my chin. She was like, how long have you had this? I was like, well, since my 30s, but it's really gotten worse these past couple of years. Like my early 40s, it's really gotten worse. And I know my husband loves me. He's not saying anything, but Jesus Christ, like, how much can he tolerate? Am I, you know, and am I gonna grow one of them long ass beards? I mean, what's going on here? I'm running out of plucking space here. So she was like, she looked at me and she was like, she looked at her notes and I guess all the things that I have told, all the symptoms that I've told her I've had here and there. And she was like, I said, do you have a gynecologist? I said, sure. But I don't see them often because number one, I got my tubes tied, and number two, I have an IUD. So, you know, that takes care of my heavy periods. So I don't need to really see one that often. She was like, I'm going to send you to a gynecologist. I said, I don't need a gynecologist. I need something for my damn chin hair. And she was like, no, I want to run some tests first. I want you to see this person. So I was kind of frustrated. I feel like she was giving me the runaround. I was like, oh, fine, whatever. So about 2 weeks later, me and my husband come to this gynecologist appointment, and I talked to her. She was like, so what brings you here? I said, I don't know. I have no idea. Honestly, I have no clue why I'm here. I was talking to my doctor. I was telling her that I have this Sasquatch problem that needs to be taken care of. I need to get rid of my chin hair. It's like taking over my life. I have a 1 o'clock shadow on my damn legs. She was like, what do you mean a 1 o'clock shadow? I said, if I shave at 7, an hour later, I'll have stubble. Like, I have a lot of hair and it's getting worse over the years. I want to see what you can do because I'm a woman and I don't think that's normal. Right? So she was like, It's like, okay, I see you have problems losing weight. I said, like, yes. So she was like, and I see here that you've experienced weight, hair loss, and all this other stuff. And she was just listing a bunch of stuff. Saying, I want to run some tests. And she told me she wants to do an ultrasound. And I was like, doc, I'm not pregnant. I have my tubes tied. Literally, you're not going to find anything there. She was like, no, it's not for pregnancy. I just want to run some tests and see what comes up. I was like, fine, whatever. So I went ahead and did it. They did the ultrasound. 10 days later, I was supposed to get the results. I got the results back in 5 days. She calls me into the office, and me and my husband go again. And she was like, I had a feeling this is what's wrong. This was what was wrong with you. I know exactly what's wrong with you. And I look at her, I was like, so there was something wrong with me? Like everyone else is telling me that my symptoms was normal. I said, no, you have PCOS. And I was completely confused. I was like, I have pieces of what? She said, no, it's a condition. It's called PCOS. I had no idea what the hell it was. And I'm still new at this. I don't know much about PCOS. Other than I know it's a hormonal imbalance caused by fibroids in your not fallopian tubes. I think it's I don't know. It's caused by fibroids or something like that. I don't know, but it's some kind of hormonal imbalance. And I was just in shock. I was like, wow. And I looked at my husband and I had tears in my eyes. I was crying. I was like, wow, all these years. So this is what was wrong with me? So how can I fix this? She was like, well, the bad news is that there is no cure for it. We don't know how to get rid of it or cure it, but there is a way to maintain it. So I was like, okay, what do I do? She prescribed some medication for me that's supposed to stop the speed at which my hair grows, and also doing some laser hair removal. I have an at-home laser hair removal, and it is going good. I've had to shave less. It's less maintenance, and the longer I do it, the better it gets. So it's just a little bit of maintenance, you know, while I'm sitting down watching TV or whatever. I do that. I take my pills, you know, and apparently the best move I could have done was do the weight loss surgery, because the burps program along with weight loss surgery will help reverse or stop the symptoms of PCOS. If you can relate to my journey, if you've had problems like I've had, or if you just feel like you've had roadblocks, you have no support, trust me, I feel you. I've been there. I've, you know, in my case, I thank God that I've had the support from my husband and my children and the people that are close in my life. They've supported me and helped guide me through this. Without them, I don't know where I've been. But if you're seeking answers and you don't know what to do, how to do it, how to go about it, talk to your doctor, talk to your gynecologist, apparently, because they also know things that you may not know, or your doctor may not know. So yeah, don't take no for an answer. Don't take, oh, that's just normal for an answer, because it's not. Even though we're women, we do have, the majority of women have some kind of hormonal imbalance with themselves, whatever it may be. It comes with age, it comes with childbearing, it comes with so many things. Environmentals that have a lot to do with it. The foods that we eat have a lot to do with it. So, you know, don't be afraid to make those changes. You know, start small. I started out by trying to cut sodas. That's how I started. And then it just grew from there. It took me, oh, by the way, it took me a whole entire year to cut sodas. If you think you're not addicted, yeah. Try quitting. So, yeah, I mean, don't be afraid to take a chance, take the leap. I thank God I did. You can go to my Instagram, you can go to my Facebook, you can go to my YouTube channel. I do share my foods. I tell you what I've been eating, what I've been doing, what I've been dealing with. I will keep you posted on more stories about my weight loss journey. I will, all the way past my surgery date and beyond, I will show you guys everything that I go through. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a picture of me right now. This is me right now. As you guys can see, I am currently 275 pounds. When I started, I was 287. When I started going to the bariatric center, I was 287, and I did lose some weight, not as much as I would have liked, but like I said, I have PCOS. I deal with PCOS, and it's extremely difficult, if not impossible, to lose weight when you have PCOS. So the doctor actually didn't encourage it. He says, we weren't going to concentrate on losing the weight. We were going to concentrate on the lifestyle changes, the healthy eating, the burps, like I mentioned before, no breads, no rice, no pasta, no potatoes of any kind, sweet potato or regular potatoes, and no sugars. So we concentrated on that. It has been amazing. I've been adding protein shakes because I have a dairy protein allergy. I can't do dairy. So that's like inconceivable to a lot of people, especially because in this program, you do consume quite a bit of dairy. Yogurts, the protein shakes have dairy, but there are vegan options out there. There are things that you can do to take, you know, I found muscle milk. Actually, my son did, the one that's at Charleston Southern. He told me, hey, muscle milk actually makes dairy protein free muscle milk. So I was like, okay, well, I went to Walmart, and I went to my local stores, and all I could find was the regular one, but not the dairy protein free one. I called up I called up the company and I was able to buy it through them. It's 40 grams of protein. I think it's 14 fluid ounces, different flavors, whatever flavor you want. And, they'll send it to you. It's a little pricey. It was like almost $60 for just 12, but it'll do. I mean, I'm used to it anyway, because I have to consume vegan options for dairy. So those are always very expensive. And, just protein powders are good, but for the first 2 weeks after your weight loss surgery, you will have to be on a complete liquid diet. And that was the concerning part for me, because all I had was the vegan protein powder, and it was in powder form. It wasn't in the Premier protein shakes, it wasn't already made into perfect sizes. I usually had to mix it, and I had to figure out a way to make it easier for me so I can know exactly how much protein I'm consuming at one time, and keep it above. I think they want you to do I think it was 60 grams that first 2 weeks or something like that. It's supposed to be anywhere from 60 to 80 grams of protein. And that's because if you don't consume enough proteins, your body starts eating away at your muscles and start getting hair loss and all kinds of other complications. So you have to be really careful with that. You have to meet your protein amounts per day, and they're very strict about that. Part of the whole program is for you to get used to eating protein at every single meal. Coming from a lifestyle where I had gone whole food vegan for a while now, going back to consuming animal products was a little difficult, I guess. But I mean, again, I grew up eating meat. I am Dominican Puerto Rican, so it's a very big part of who we are as a culture. So, I was like, okay, I can do this. I mean, I do a little chicken, I do a little seafood, do a little egg here and there. And that's it but for the most part, there are a lot of vegan protein options. I still do my chickpeas. I still do my lentils. That's still very heavy in my diet. As long as you have a protein source at every single meal, that's all they're looking for. They're looking that you're eating protein at every single meal. So don't go ahead and eat a Snickers and say, well, it had 1 gram of protein in there. No, that doesn't count. The protein has to be higher than the carbs. That's why the burp system works, because everything you eat in the burp system, the protein will always be higher than the carbs. You can still consume carbs. I mean, I can eat corn. I can eat squash, butternut squash, pumpkin. I can eat all that stuff, any vegetable I want to consume. I can eat fruits, and still, no matter how I eat it, my protein will always be higher than my carbs. It's all about teaching you balance, I guess. So the first 2 weeks after the surgery is all going to be liquid. Will it be hard? Yes, obviously. But as I was taught, nothing worth having ever comes easy. So if this is worth having, if this is worth it for me, it's going to be hard. Of course it is. But I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And if you feel like me and you're like, whatever it takes, then this will be the right decision for you too. I hope my story inspires you in some way. I hope you find something in it that you can relate to. If you look at my Instagram or my Facebook or my TikTok and you find inspiration in my foods, in my meals, in the way I eat, what I eat. I will be posting more of those. I will be letting you guys know here and there what I eat. My breakfast is typically a smoothie of some kind, or a protein shake, or hard-boiled eggs, or scrambled eggs, depends. But it's not, it doesn't vary much. I used to do oatmeals. I love oatmeal, but I can't do that because of the burps. But that's okay. It doesn't bother me. I thought it would, but it doesn't. I've been pretty satisfied. The smoothies are very filling. You wouldn't think so, but they are. So, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll reach out and make some more videos and let you guys know how everything is going, what I'm doing, my struggles, what I've been dealing with. I'll let you guys in on the day of the surgery. I'll show you guys, everything. I'll let my husband videotape it for me. When I get out of the surgery, I'll let him videotape it some more, show you guys, as much as I can every step of the way. If you have any questions, or you want to see more about my story, or more videos about my food blogs, I can read off some of my food blogs and let you guys know what I've done, what I'm doing. Hey, whatever helps you out, I'm cool with that. Again, my name is Maria Robinson. I've been very happy to share my journey with you, and I hope to share more of this in the future. Hasta luego.